Have you ever want to know how to just set basic timing on an engine, like an older, 50s on into the 80s, older engine, just how to set static, just regular timing? But today I'm going to show you how to do this, and it's very simple. I'll go step by step. By the time we get done with this, you're going to know exactly how to do it. So let's get started. First thing is that you're going to have to be able to get to it and see it. Okay, so this is your timing tab. This is what tells you where you're at timing wise for just static, basic, idle, and timing. All right, and there's a mark on the harmonic balancer right there, that one that's marked. That is your top dead center mark, which correlates with #1 cylinder. Now, this is a small block Chevy, and this is basically, they're all basically the same. There might be a little differences between Ford and Dodge, but it's all the same kind of thing, okay? And your distributor here, now, with the distributor, I want to explain. Clockwise is retarding the timing. Counterclockwise is advancing the timing. So right now, I think I got her pretty close just by eye. She's idling okay, but I know she's not spot on. So to get it spot on where I want it, which, if you look at this timing tab, all right, see how it has 0, 4, 8, 12 degrees, and it's got little notches in between. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. That's before top dead center, and it's after top dead center, okay? So every engine needs to fire before the cylinder gets to top dead center. And most generally, a really good setting for a small block Chevy or a big block Chevy is about 8 degrees, which is, that's 10 and this is 8. You can see it right there. That's 8 degrees. That's what I'm shooting for that tab. When I hit this thing with this light, that every time I hit it, it's hitting right there. Okay, that's what I'm shooting for. And how you adjust it is just you retard it like this and you advance it like that. Okay, so right now she's sitting pretty close. Let's get it started. There are some tools you're going to need. You're going to need a distributor tighten down tool. Most generally with a GM, anything with a distributor in the back, you need one of them tools. And you're going to need a timing light, where it's just a static pulse. It's just going to give me a flash of light when I hit this button, okay, to tell me what correlation it is there for timing with the tab. And your setup is the lead generally goes on #1 cylinder. That's the one I want to do. I want to know when I'm firing correctly on #1 cylinder. So if I set it for #1, all the rest of them will be set correctly after that. It's just a firing order, And it needs a power source, so you have a negative and a positive on the battery. And so we're ready to do this. And it makes it real nice having all this off the front of it. So we'll fire this off and I'll show you how to do this. Okay, since the ignition switch on this thing is messed up, I just turned the key on and we're going to just kick this like this. Old school. Okay. See, that tells me that we're pretty close. Okay, so, and I know it's hard for me to get this whole shot, but I'll zoom in on this for you and we'll see where we're at. Okay, so right now, I think you might be able to see we're sitting right at about 14 degrees. So we're going to back this off. And like I said, I wanted it right at 8 degrees. And that is 8 degrees. See how that mark's showing? Now, I want to show you something about mechanical advance. Do you see that on that balancer? She's right back to 8 degrees at idle. Now, when you put the gas to it, it advances. And that tells me that the mechanical advance in here is working correctly, which is what you need for economy, drivability, and it just working better. Because if it was just static 8 degrees, once you got up past a certain RPM, it would fire after, because the way this works is that spark is hitting early before that hits top dead center to to fire off that ignition signal, gas and air from here. So the more RPM you need, the more leadway you need to have that spark plug hit and burn those gases in that cylinder, so that once it gets to top dead center and then it opens the exhaust and pushes the exhaust back out, that it's burnt completely. That's what mechanical advance is for. Okay, and I just want to tell you that I don't know anything about this motor. Okay, nothing. Okay, I don't have any cooling system on it right now or anything, but I know it's at 8 degrees. I'm gonna lock it down because I'm gonna start this every day for a week or so to let everything start loosening up. I got a ton of mineral mixture oil in that crate case to try to work out all the old goo, loosen up the rings to get this thing where it's already, as you can see, the blow by. That's about, after 3 days, that's about a third of what it was when I first started. I mean, it smelled bad. It was burning off cobwebs and don't know what was in that exhaust, but it's starting to clean up. And so, okay, I'm a little proud of myself for setting that by eye at 14 degrees. Okay, that's just 6 degrees off. Okay, so it's just, now that's just by setting the timing tab at 0, or I set it at 8 degrees with the ratchet. I'm running around, and then I wanted to make sure that this was going to be number 1. So I played with my distributor and dropped it in to where that was basically just a little bit ahead of it of number 1, which was, and that's all I did. I just eyeballed it. I made sure that this cylinder was up and that the valves had run and that both of them were open and the exhaust had just closed. So I knew I was at number 1 top dead center. So number 1 top dead center on the pointer and on the distributor, and you should be close enough to fire one off to have it close, and that's pretty good. I thought I did pretty good on that, being 14 degrees out of 8. Eyeballing. So that's how you set initial timing on a engine. You find 8 degrees, 6 degrees, some call for 4 degrees. For a low performance. I mean, I can't really assume anything. It sounds like it's got a little bit of a cam in it, but I haven't really dialed down that carburetor. I'm just using that carburetor to get it to run. But I know the timing's set now, so I can lock it down, and I can play with this for a week and run it every day, get it up to temperature, get it warm, and just play with it and just tinker and see where we're setting, and let the Marvel do its job and let it run through the system. And then we'll see where we're sitting at in a week. But that's how you set static timing. So if you're still here, like, share, subscribe, smash that button, hit that bell, tell your friends, check out unclebuckstuff.com. That's Boost Auto. You guys ever heard of Boost Auto? Oh my God, they're awesome. Y'all have a great day, because a great day today could be your timing set in the morning. Y'all be good.